Yeah. Donald Trump. Chris Christie. So many Republicans. Hillary Clinton. Ted Cruz. It's Friday. It's Friday. I did it. I did it. I made it through. It's over. It's over. We did it! We made it through. We survived. Barely, but we're here. And if you're watching this video, congratulations, because you survived too. Last week, a storm ravished through the country, through us and through Twitter. The Republican National Convention, or as Twitter liked to call it, the Ren cycle. After 4 long days, I needed a rinse cycle. For 4 days and for 4 nights, white Republicans, white old male Republicans, met up and spoke about the true values of America. The convention was a who's who of reality TV. It was a who's who of who? Politicians that we probably never heard of. And some big name politicians who decided to not show up. But the convention was full of passionate speeches of America. It was full of racism. It was full of homophobia, scary, dark, plagiarism, and that was all night one. So I want to, guys, give you a little quick recap of what happened those 4 days. Repeat that, 4 long days. And you know, 4 days isn't that long, but when you talk about the Republicans, it was long as hell, long as hell. The 4 nights were divided into 4 different themes. Make America safe again, make America work again, make America first again, and make America great again. As soon as those speakers took the stage, those themes went out the window and they just started talking about whatever. Rudy Giuliani spoke on the first night of the convention, and I can honestly tell you that I do not know what he said because I was just taken aback by all the screaming. Because nothing else like passion, like yelling into a microphone that already intensifies the volume of your voice. Look, I understand people are angry, but Giuliani, he ended his speech by saying, "What I did for New York City, Trump will do to America." Not a great selling point, as you know, he had maybe at least 1 failed presidential campaign, but you know, thank you for trying. A who's who of reality TV was there. We had Scott Baio and Antonio Sabato Jr. People from the guy from Duck Dynasty, I don't know what his name is, they all look alike, but you know, the guy from Duck Dynasty was there too. I never knew how reality TV could be so political. I mean, at first when Donald Trump started running, since he is a reality star, you know, I was like, seriously? But now, you know, watching all this reality TV stars come together and agree with him, I'm like, the reality party should come about and leave the Republican Party alone. They should call themselves the reality party. Donald Trump as their leader. You had Scott Baio, Antonio Sabato Jr., you had the Duck Dynasty people, and I'm sure you could get the Duggars too. A chunk of the first night was in honor and tribute to Hillary Clinton and Benghazi, because why not beat a dead horse for 4 more hours? On night one of the mothers of the fallen soldiers in Benghazi spoke, and she personally blamed Hillary Clinton for the death of her son. And well, I guess that makes sense, but we cannot blame the mother for her pain, for her anguish, for the loss of her son, however she wants to deal with it. But shame shame on you, Republicans, for exploiting that pain for your own gain to make Hillary Clinton look bad. I mean, you did not need any help doing that. You had plenty of speakers throwing darts at Clinton. Giuliani, Sabato, Bayo, Christie, Paul Ryan. Everyone had something to say about Hillary Clinton. When Donald Trump sent out the invitations, he was like, you must have at least 3 lines where you say something negative about Hillary Clinton. And honestly, if that is the only thing you guys are going to hold her on, or Benghazi and the emails, you guys need to find something else, because I'm getting sick and tired of hearing it. And I'm sure the rest of the world is too. It's like a little kid keep bringing it up. I remember when you were 5 and you stole my candy. Like, let it go. I'm sure there's a bunch of more stuff that you can get Hillary Clinton on. How about her flip-flopness? How about that one? You can't, because that could come back and bite you in the butt too. But speaking of Paul Ryan was there, and he was caught with his tail between his legs. After months of saying that he wasn't ready to support Donald Trump, he proudly announced that the next time that a State of the Union is addressed, he will be there watching President Trump give it. It's so nice when you see someone who has to sell their soul for the Republican Party. That's dedication. Even though he didn't want to. He looked so uncomfortable that it was just like, he didn't even know how to use the gavel. That's how uncomfortable he was. And he probably uses that every day. Another loser who spoke at the convention was New Jersey Governor and 3rd runner-up for Vice President Chris Christie. And instead of giving, an electrifying speech or, saying something, he decided to hold court with a jury of his Republican peers and ask who believed that Hillary Clinton was guilty. He is the most qualified person to do this. The beacon of honesty and truth, Chris Christie, held court for Hillary Clinton to see if she was guilty or not. Because he doesn't have any skeleton in his closet. Back to the first night, Donald Trump also appeared breaking protocol as he has this whole presidential campaign. He showed up in silhouette, Beyonce-esque, and to the music of Queen's We Are the Champions, who Freddie Mercury is a bisexual man. And then later, Queen said that they did not give permission to Donald Trump to use the song. And that was the overarching theme of the Republican National Convention. Every time we heard a song come out of them, later we heard a statement or a tweet from the artist saying that they did not give permission for them to use the song. Dang. Almost close. I'm sure they could have used the Duck Dynasty's Christmas album. That would have been A-okay. There was drama at that convention, starting on day 1 when some of the delegates tried to stop Trump from getting the nomination by jamming a printer. The Alaskan delegates also accused the Republican committee of miscounting their votes, saying that most of their votes went to Ted Cruz and in second place was Donald Trump. Look, I support the messiness that happened with the Alaskan delegates, but if they're trying to make up for Sarah Palin, you're gonna have to do better. The biggest controversy, though, at the convention was Melania Trump's speech. Everyone was looking forward to her speech. And then afterwards, Twitter was quick, boy. They found out that she plagiarized, a huge chunk of her speech to Michelle Obama's 2008 speech. I did find it weird when she started speaking about her love for Barack and growing up as a black woman in Chicago. And then the star of this show, and on the season finale on Thursday of the Republican National Convention, Donald Trump formally accepted the nomination for the Republican Party for President of the United States. And he spoke for what seemed 45,000 hours about himself and how only he can fix this country. So in the end, of these 4 long nights, we learned that Trump really wants to make America great again, that white people want to make America great again, like the good old days, like back in 1929 when everything was perfect. But I still don't know how he's gonna do that. There was no talk on policies. It was literally an attack show on Hillary Clinton most of the time. And the Donald show, he really talked about himself a lot. But not once did I hear how he's gonna fix the country, since the country is so broken. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, because next week I'll be doing the same for the Democratic National Convention, who is in Philly this time around. We'll see what they're up to. So make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and come back next week for more coverage on the 2016 presidential election. And make sure you go out to register to vote. We only have a couple of months left before the general election. This is huge. This is important. So make sure you guys come back, and I'll see you guys next week.